everyone. So today's video is going to be all about what it is like to try and have fun with chronic pain because we recently moved to a more accessible apartment where I can go outside on my own. I have been going outside a lot and trying to do new things that I haven't done in a long time. So it's not necessarily a new thing that I'm trying. It's just old things that I'm doing again now that I have the opportunity to actually do them. One of those things is going to a fair, which I feel when I see a fair, people get a very specific idea of what I mean. It's basically this, the stuff that you see in specifically American movies. And yeah, this is kind of what I mean, but not exactly, but it's similar enough that I can use that word to describe what I went to. And I haven't gone to one of those things in a very long time because I just never had the opportunity, because again, my chronic pain, I couldn't walk all the way there. And now with the town that I live in, it's actually quite close by. It's not all year round that there's a fair, but it's one weekend every couple months. And yeah, it was very exciting to be able to go to one again, but I couldn't really do much. Everything was basically just very inaccessible to me. My dad basically did a shooting game that I did a couple bullets basically, where you have to shoot something to win a prize. And I did a couple bullets and I actually did quite well, but then I did a third one and I took breaks in between every single one of them, thinking that this was my way of being able to do this stuff. And I did a third one and I dislocated my shoulder. So yeah, I'm not doing that again. So my dad did the rest of them, and then out of pity, I think, the lady who was manning the stand and gives you the points and lets you decide what you win and stuff like that, she gave us extra points because I feel she felt bad for me. So yeah, I got a cute little keychain as well as something else, and I put the keychain on my walking stick, or on one of my walking sticks. And I'm really sorry if you can hear my cat washing himself. He's sleeping behind the camera. So yeah, also sorry if you can see the ring light, because this is the first time I'm filming with the ring light. Sorry you can see it, sorry for my cat. But yeah, like I said, I had fun at the fair. I thought it was nice to be able to go outside and see people have fun. But I wanted to be able to have fun myself, but I couldn't really do that because everything caused me pain. There was one activity that me and my dad were doing that I don't know what you call that stuff, because I can't even describe it. It's basically just a game that you play, and me and my dad were this is probably something that I can do because I don't have to move a lot and I just have to stand and use my hands. And I was this is fine. All that I'm doing is basically just this motion over and over again. That's fine. That's not going to do any damage. And I literally couldn't move my arms for the next 3 days. And my shoulders have been hurting ever since. Not just because of the dislocation, because of the shooting game, but also because of the other one. The one where all I had to do was this. And I just did that motion and it caused me pain. My body is a very strange thing, and it's very much a balancing act between do I want to do something fun, and do I then want to get the consequences of that, which is weeks of pain. And again, just me doing this motion as well with my hands caused me pain in my hands. So again, it's very much a balancing act of do I want to do something fun for an hour and then get the consequences of that for 2 weeks, or do I just not want to have fun? It's very much a balancing act that I haven't really figured out yet how to do, because again, because we moved, I've been very excited to do different stuff. I've been signing myself up for activities and stuff like that. And while that's all very fun, I know I'm gonna be in a ton of pain afterwards, and I don't know sometimes if that's worth it or not. Mainly because I don't know if the consequences that I'm getting for the fun activity that I did, I don't know if those consequences are going to be permanent. For example, the pain I'm experiencing still to this day, in my shoulders, is that going to go away? Because I never really had issues with my shoulders before I did the fair. I never had issues, but now I do. So now I'm wondering was that worth it? like just like a couple hours of like fun, was that worth like permanently damaging my body potentially? So yeah, it's very much like a guessing game of like, is this thing that I'm gonna do, is it gonna like damage my body for the rest of my life? Like I went to a concert in like 2023, towards the end of 2023 actually, and I had a lot of fun, but I like permanently destroyed my body with it. Like specifically like my back, I completely destroyed it, which obviously I didn't know that that was gonna happen, but like in the back of my mind, I'm now like, what if I hadn't gone there? You know, what if I just hadn't gone there? It maybe my back wouldn't have done that. But then again, I'm also like in the back of my head, like realistically, like my back would have always done that. It would just be like a different activity probably that would have done it. So again, I feel like it's the same with like my shoulders. Like even if I hadn't gone to the fair and I hadn't tried like the shooting game or like the other game, my shoulders still would have been broken probably. I still would have had issues with my shoulders, but just from something else probably. And that's very difficult to deal with because, you know, I am still like quite young. I'm only like 25, I think. I forget how old I am sometimes, but yeah, I'm only like 25 and like I'm already like wondering like, is this one thing that I'm doing permanently damaging my body for the rest of my life? Like that's a very difficult thing to deal with on a daily basis. Like this got like very dark all of a sudden, and I apologize, but I feel like, you know, like I'm talking about like, you know, what it's like experiencing or trying to experience like joy with chronic pain, and this is what it is. It's experiencing something that's very fun and then immediately getting the consequences of that and potentially making them like permanent. You know, like same thing with my back. Like I went to that concert in 2023 and it's 2025 and I'm still having issues. Like this is never gonna go away. Like the pain in my back is gonna stay there probably for the rest of my life. And I was about to say because of that concert, but I kind of like held it back because it wasn't because of the concert. Like the pain in my back wasn't because of the concert. That was just because my back was already like broken to begin with, basically. And the concert just like brought that out. If I had done any other activity that would have required me sitting upright for an extended amount of time, like potentially going back to school, which I've been thinking about now that I live in like an accessible apartment and I can go outside. Like I think about going back to school and then I think about having to sit upright for multiple hours a day. And yeah, that's one of those things that like that would definitely have broken my back. So even if I hadn't gone to that concert, which was like the first ever concert that I went to since like becoming physically disabled, I always was disabled, but it just, you know, started showing itself once I became like 20 years old. So yeah, that was like the first concert that I went to since becoming like physically disabled. All the other like concerts that I went to before that were like groups that like my parents liked. So not really like my style of music either. And it's not like we did that a lot, like going to concerts, because my parents just don't really do that a lot. And so yeah, it was a very important like moment for me, like going to that concert in 2023, because I've been to like 2 other concerts since then and I've had a lot of fun like each time, but each time it destroys my body just a little bit more. And yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that like, do I want to offer up my body to go to those concerts, or do I just want to like stay home and like not risk it? Which I don't know, like I'm only like young once, and I say that knowing full well that like my body doesn't think I'm young. Like my body thinks I'm like 60 years old. But yeah, I'm only like young once, and like I want to do stuff like other people do. And I already say no to like so many things, including like concerts. Like I could have gone to like 3 other concerts this year, and I only picked one because I know that like my body can't like realistically take more than 1 concert a year. So I'm already like saying no to like a lot of things, and like giving myself like 1 concert a year. Like I feel like I'm risking, you know, my body damaging itself even more, but I feel like it's worth it. Same goes for like other stuff, like, you know, going to a fair or going to like an event. Like I'm risking my body getting even more broken, but I feel like it's kind of worth it. So yeah, like I feel kind of like iffy about like, you know, having joy and like experiencing something that makes me happy, because again, I'm always thinking in the back of my head like, that's gonna cause me pain afterwards, what's gonna be next, like which body part is gonna give out. Like, yeah, it's a very difficult thing to deal with. So yeah, so I don't think I have like much more to say in this video because I feel like I said everything I wanted to say. Like, I can't keep like repeating the same stuff over and over again. But yeah, despite all of that, despite like, you know, being in pain whenever I do something fun, I am very glad that like living in this apartment like gives me the opportunity to do more fun stuff. Like, for example, today after filming this video, I'm first gonna like rest a bit to like recover from like sitting upright because my back really hurts. But afterwards, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna go to a library, which I'm very glad that I can finally do stuff like that. Like, go to a library, go outside on my own, you know, buy stuff on my own. Like, I'm very glad I can do that stuff and I don't have to like count on like my dad wanting to go outside, and you know, then he like changes his mind and doesn't want to go outside, and then I have to wait like another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or like a month to be able to like go outside again. And yeah, I'm just very glad I can like go outside on my own, even if it's not like very far and I'm basically seeing like the same stores like over and over and over again. Like, I'm still very glad I can go outside, especially when it's like really nice weather like it is today. Like, it's quite sunny. And when I used to live like in the previous apartment, like a couple months ago, basically, I used to like look outside when it was like a day like this, and I would think to myself, like, I wish I could just like walk outside the door right now and just go on a walk. But I can't because that's gonna cause me way too much pain just walking down the stairs, and then I'm gonna regret everything once I'm out of the door. So I'm very glad that like this apartment like gives me the opportunity to be able to just go outside and like do something. So yeah, while living in this apartment comes with like its challenges of like, you know, the lighting in this video and trying to figure that out, and the homeowners of like this apartment that we live in living like right below us also is a bit of a challenge because I'm always like on edge that they can like hear me. But yeah, like that's a bit of a challenge, but at least they like let us like have or let us like rent this apartment, because I really thought that we wouldn't find like an apartment like ever, because you know, we're not that like rich, which you already probably guessed that just from the fact that I said that we rent an apartment. But yeah, we're not that rich, and like I'm disabled, and like you can see that like on my like, you know, resume thing that you have to give when you know, visit apartments. And I was very scared we wouldn't find an apartment that was accessible to me, but we found this one, and again, it comes with its like challenges, but I'm very glad we live here, and I hope there's no like mold like hiding in the walls like in the previous apartment, which I feel like is not going to be the case because again, the homeowners live in this building, so they would also have mold. So I don't think that's going to be the case. So yeah, I'm just very glad I can like go outside and do things even if they do cause me pain and potentially destroy my body for the rest of my life. Like, I'm very glad that like, you know, I can do stuff on my own again and be like independent in a way, which is very important for me because I'm not independent at all in a lot of other ways. So being independent in like this way is very important for me. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about it much more because I feel like at this point I'm just like ranting and nobody's interested in this. And also because my phone is running out of storage. So yeah, I'm going to stop this video here. I hope you guys like enjoyed it. I hope you guys like the lighting in this video and it's not too dark. I also hope you guys like the flowers, which I feel like I'm going to make that like a thing of like getting flowers to put like in the background of my videos. So yeah, it's very exciting. So yeah, I was also going to attempt to get my cat to like take the thumbnail with me, but he's been sleeping like very nicely like behind the camera this entire time, and he's being very calm and like quiet, and like I don't want to disrupt him, so it will just be a thumbnail with me in it again. So sorry about that, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and bye.